Let's make it happen.
All right, we are now live streaming, folks. Now,
Live stream was popping.
about to send the link in a second, everybody. Put it in the chat. Please don't say anything incriminating while we're going live, please.
Who does that? What?
Well, I wouldn't want anybody to do that.
Nobody goes to prison around here.
All right.
Ooh. Oh.
Or nobody wants to get canceled either. That's the real struggle right there, getting canceled.
No cancellations.
All right.
Say one wrong thing, next thing you know.
That's your career. That's your life, son.
Man.
All right, you go ahead and start, KB.
All right. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of the BonFIYA. We are here today to talk some trash about a really recurring MCU character we all know as Iron Man. All right. Today is Iron Man. So we're going to talk about Iron Man 3. We're going to talk about Iron Man 2. We're going to talk about the first Iron Man. We're going to talk about the 10 rings, just everything Iron Man. Everything that we're going to talk about is about Iron Man. So from comics, all that and whatnot. It's going to be a little different today. We're going to do a whole lot of rants. As you can see, I pulled out the professional recording mic because it's going to get serious tonight. And we're also here with some good friends. We got Hook, the man, the myth, the legend, the mogul, the deity. What's going on?
And changed his name to Madara as if he
could.
could.
Why you hating? Why you
hating.
hating already? He hating off rip.
We also got Sniper Elite, Nick at Night, the swole gym man right here. He's telling us to hurry up so he can go gym later. You know what I'm saying? Swole his life.
Somebody got to pick things up and put him down.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And we got CJ from Liberty City, the Puffco Poppy. You know what I'm saying? Did you puff on anything? Like, oh, you puffing right now? What you puffing on, man?
Always puffing. I actually, you know what I'm saying, hooked up with a few good friends of ours, mutual friends, and had a super dad session.
Hey.
So, you know what I'm saying? I got some Cherry Kim from Yova Wellness. Shout out to
Jova Wellness.
All right, Jova Wellness. Go hit them up for some dabs, you know what I'm saying? All right, you guys. So you already know how we get down with this BonFIYA. We're here to just talk trash about it completely. All right. So who wants to start off this wonderful talk? Because I remember, Hook, yesterday you said that Iron Man is the reason why the MCU is the way it is.
All right. Let me share my theory.
All right. You mean trash villains?
Yeah.
You said what?
I said you mean by the MCU the way it is in having trash villains?
Just
Not
everything.
necessarily.
Okay.
My theory is that the MCU is Iron Man's fault because one, he created a couple villains himself. He created Ultron when they told him not to. He also kind of quasi created a villain with Vulture and Mysterio, but that was just him being a dick to two people, and you know everybody just has to suffer through that because of your ass. And
that's true.
He fucked somebody else over. Oh, Iron Man 2, he created that villain. Well, his father did. Iron Man 3, he invited niggas to his house.
What?
No, he invited the Mandarin to his house. Like, hey, you fucked over what is it, Happy? Here's my address. You remember that scene before they came and blew up his house?
Yeah.
Who does that? Yeah, everything's pretty much his fault, and they probably should have shot him. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
You saw what happened to Aaron. You saw what happened to Cersei. You saw what happened to Daenerys. You go bad, you gotta go. I mean, you know.
But he didn't go bad. He was bad and went good.
I mean, he shouldn't have been a dick to Aldrich Killian. You know what I'm saying?
Another villain he made.
Yeah, there's that. And then, you know, he wanted to fight Tony Stark. I mean, no, my bad. He wanted to fight Steve Rogers and Bucky because Bucky killed his parents.
So
it's all his
to
fault.
be honest, the MCU, the one who's responsible for all this is really Bucky. Bucky never killed family. No, he ain't doing all of this.
Mm-hmm.
This never happens. And Bucky is MCU father.
I can see that. You know what? Nick, I can agree. For the simple fact, you are right. If he didn't fall off the train in the first Captain America movie and get captured by Hydra, became the Winter Soldier, killed Howard Stark and whatever his wife's name is. Yeah, Mama Stark. I mean, hey, maybe it would have happened different.
Yeah, straight up. Like this is all Bucky's fault. The MCU is Bucky's fault. All these villains, him being a dick, all of that, all Bucky's fault.
So what about Thanos?
Thanos going Thanos.
Okay, all right. If you say so. Anyway,
yeah.
CJ, what you got to say about Iron Man? Let's hear this. I know you've been waiting. We talked about this yesterday.
Yeah, man. I'm conflicted, man. I'm really am because, Iron Man has gone a long way since the MCU to rehabilitate. But people forget that before that movie, Iron Man was C-list at best. C-list at best. I knew him from the Captain America, the Avengers arcade game. That's what I knew Iron Man from because his cartoon series was trash, hot trash. The jump
I did watch that joint though.
That jump was terrible.
The theme song was good. I
that jump was worse than Beast Wars level CGI. That jump was even bad for its time.
Hold on, don't make fun of Beast Wars. Don't act like we all ain't watched that.
Oh, Beast Wars was fire, but try to watch it now.
Exactly, Beast Wars was fire. You can't.
Beast
Wars
was fire.
It was fire for what it was.
They were fire for the time period.
That's
everything for the time period was fire,
except this Iron Man show.
Yeah, except
because it even looked like trash back then. So yeah, man. And then also the older you get, it's almost like with Batman for me. The older I get, the more disillusioned I get with the Iron Man, where it's just all right. So you started as an arms dealer, so Iron Man was basically one of the dudes profiting off the Iraq War, basically. And he's just a warmonger. And even in Extremities, the comic I love, I think it's one of the better Iron Man comics. Yeah, he's fresh off being a warmonger, if not still being a warmonger in most of this. So it's yeah, you made most of your money, that's blood money, as we kind of saw alluded to in more in depth in WandaVision, where it's just yeah, your shit affected people in terrible ways, as you guys kind of alluded to earlier. You kind of caused many of these problems in the MCU from your just being irresponsible. Not to mention, yes, he had an arc where he became heroic, but he started as just a womanizing asshole, billionaire, just trust fund kid. That's entitled, dickish, super selfish.
Okay.
That's pretty much.
He was originally MCU Donald Trump.
Just Arab Trump or something,
so yeah, with that, so Iron Man's this huge dick. He's a terrible person, an alcoholic, all this and whatnot. Then he is on a tour in the Middle East and is showing, missiles getting blown up in the mountains, and his convoy's attacked, and he's captured by whom?
Okay. The 10 Rings. I know we're about to get into the manner and stuff, but I still want to point out that that's not even heroic. He built the suit of armor to save his own ass. It's not he was
you're right, CJ. Let's backtrack. Let's not go into the manner right now. You're absolutely right. This selfishness of Iron Man with I'm gonna build this suit because I need this to live.
Mm-hmm.
Or to save my own heart because I don't want to die. It's all for him. Iron Man is still incredibly selfish.
This man didn't even think to make no weapons for the dude who helped him build a heart. Hey bro, you wanna, you know what I'm saying? You want something at least for your chest, bro? You want me to get you a vest at least?
Completely for me.
I got the whole suit. I used all the metal in this little cave for this little, prison thing.
With a box of scraps.
Right. Yeah, I don't got enough for you, cuz.
And then homeboy ended up dying too. Like,
that's my point. He was just like, I don't have enough to protect you, but me, I'm gonna go home.
I'm gonna burn people, I'm gonna shoot people, and then I'm gonna jet pack the fuck out of here.
And I feel like he never talks about that guy either. It's just like, did you like build him a library or something, or like do something?
This dude saved
honor?
your life. Like he helped you build this.
Good look,
How do you think his story was from once he got back home? How'd you escape? Oh, bro, I'm Iron Man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Tony Stark.
I'm the greatest engineer on the planet, bro. I saw some
billionaire,
scraps made like
playboy, philanthropist. That's me.
Yep.
Tony Stark.
I made like a nuclear fusion device in my chest.
With that being said, with how terrible he is, you know who else is terrible? His villains.
All of them.
Woo.
All of his villains.
He's got some trash villains.
I'd argue the worst rogues gallery of any major popular comics character. Like the worst. Yeah. Like, and that's what you got to count against the movies. Like I give them a little slack for their villain problem in the Iron Man movies because like what you didn't have a lot to work with. They had to pull out Whiplash. They actually used that shit. Like they went. They tried. They went. And most of his villains are other guys in suits. Like Titanium Man, Crimson Dynamo, Ironmonger. They're just other dudes in other suits.
Mickey Rourke Whiplash. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? Old horny Mickey Rourke. That was shirtless Mickey Rourke.
Yeah, who like also I was gonna say that built a shirtless armor where it's like, I mean, maybe you should cover up a little bit.
This man loves taking his shirt off in his old age that he is at right now. And I'm just like, come on, dude.
My thing is like Iron Man had the villains did barely even had like really real build up for him. It's just like, we just don't like you as a person. Like that's really why we're against you. Like we just really don't like you specifically, bruh. We're not on like world domination. We're not like trying to blow up the city. We just don't like you, bro.
I'd say they're pretty justified. Like he's kind of a dick. Like, I mean, I love like, yeah, when he gets put in his place, like often in the comics. And it's been weird. It's been weird because like Iron Man 3, I feel like wasn't the worst, but it also like definitely wasn't good. So it's like I wouldn't give it over a 6. Let's not go crazy, but like I think it's some good themes in there that like the whole that like he's more than the suit, and like what is he without the suit is a very good thing to explore. They just botched the exploration.
Anxiety problem.
They crashed the plane with the whole villain again, not really having a villain. They had a good comic book storyline to work from with Extremities, which you should have just done faithfully. But then they went with this whole Iron Man 3, and it was just a super uneven movie. It was like the whole Mandarin fake out. We can get into the Mandarin, who is his arch nemesis, who is also like incredibly problematic in our era now, where he can be canceled. And also, he was pretty goofy and stupid before that. I'd argue he has got alien rings that do wildly specific and very different superpowers that really don't have to do with anything.
Yeah, they don't. He just has like a handful of powers in all of his fingers.
It's like at the dollar store, the mystery bag of like candy. He just reached in and got like a mystery bag of powers. I need to look
like you got 3 or 4 that are really useful. The rest of them, I'm like, all right, you got to get creative, bro.
Yeah, and that's his arch nemesis. Like that's the best he's got. That's his ultimate. Other than that, he's pulling out the living laser and Spy Master. And like, what is Spy Master? He's just a dude who's a spy. Like that's his thing. Like this is what we're working with for Iron Man villains here. The Ghost.
I'm looking up the 10 Rings of Power now. I need to know what these are.
Oh, I got it up here. You already know I got you. You already know I got you. It's
go ahead.
Oh, nope, they disappeared. My screen just refreshed. That's great. Gotta love it.
I was gonna say there's like it just doesn't make any sense. Like he's all of the villains that he's shown, he's so much more like, bro, you can watch these dudes.
Yep.
Like he's the whole, even Iron Man 3, that whole like fight with him with Killian at the end. Not Killian, with the dragon
was Killian.
Fire. Yeah, Killian.
I'm the real
stupid.
Mandarin.
For starters, Killian only used the dragon breath one time. I don't know why he only shot fire out of his mouth the one time. Secondly, like he he has enough firepower to just blast this dude to bits and just chooses to engage with a fire breather in melee combat.
Yep.
Like I'm choosing to throw hands with a human dragon when I can just blast this man to bits.
I think you make a great point about him also being OP for most of his villains. I think that one of my favorite Iron Man comics is called The Inevitable, and it's after he became popular after the movies, and he's like an Avenger, a top tier Avenger, and he's got the extremis armor and all like these powers and shit, and he's dealing with old villains like Spy Master who are like, ha, I'm back to be your arch nemesis, and he's like, I am beyond this shit, bro. Like I'm A-list now. Like don't be pulling up on me, Spy Master. Like, bro, what are you doing? Like he's like ashamed of his villains at this point, where it's like, bro, like I'm fighting like Ultron and like Kang and shit. Like, I do not need the living laser pulling up. Like, hey, like no one cares about you, bro.
You are a Suicide Squad equivalent.
But I got the rings pulled up, by the way. If anybody still wanted me to like talk about the
go for it.
So
Nick.
we got Ice Blast,
Jesus,
Electro Blast. Flame Blast, White Light, Black Light. They all have like it creates black light, creates an area of absolute blackness. Like that's
they're wildly specific. Like and they're also like Iron Man is immune to most of that being in a suit of armor.
He's got
fire.
A disintegration beam, which I guess is very useful, but it needs 20 minutes to recharge between each use. That's like one of the best ones. It's a vortex beam, an impact beam, a matter rearranger, but these aren't on like grand scales though. These are like whatever the most basic model of these are. This is the bargain bin version of all of these different powers. But you put them all together, you Josh Strong.
So like with my Ice Blast ring, right? This is basically saying, hey, this ring right here, I'm gonna shoot some ice cubes at you. Like this isn't like bomb powers. Like this is just like something basic. Like
I mean, it's better than like it'll freeze you faster than a freezer. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it'll get you to like 0 degrees or sub-0 degrees. It's just you ain't out here like you ain't Iceman though.
Got you. All right, it's lackluster.
Yeah, it's like decent. Like if Iceman is a 10, this power is like a 5, or a 6.
Nasty.
But like the key is that you put them all together and you got this like all these different abilities that can do all different things.
Say I mean like 2 rings same time? Multiple.
I believe he can use multiple. Like he can use multiple rings at the same time.
I mean, he's not missing out that bad.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's discount Thanos.
Ooh,
he just got whack jewelry.
Ooh,
yeah. He's got instead of 5 infinity stones, he's got 10 things, and they're not as strong either. But he got them.
With that being said, with the rings, right? We see in this new, how do you say it, Nick? Shang-Chi?
Man, see, now you're making me mess up. Shang, dang it.
I said Shang-Chi.
It's not Shang-Chi.
And Nick says it's like racist.
It's not, I didn't say it's racist, but
like,
it's Shang-Chi.
It's Shang-Chi, like with a U in it. But in the new...
that's how he says it, bro.
In the new Disney movie, instead of 10 rings, they're actually 10 power bracelets. 10 power bracelets.
And I don't know what these bracelets can do, because all we see him do is like use like shockwaves and energy blasts. And
they're all like connected with like some type of like electric looking thread, and they're being pulled back and forth. Well, now
I'm gonna be honest, they look cool to me.
You said they look cool?
To me, yeah, I think they look dope.
Yeah, I'm kind of like neutral on it. I was like, I got to see it in the movie and like in action, because I can understand why they didn't want to do back-to-back iced out jewelry, like you said, because it's so similar to Thanos. We just had a whole arc.
But bracelets are still jewelry.
Yeah, I mean, but it's not as similar as like rings and shit. We just had like rings and fucking a gauntlet and shit. Like, I mean, I feel you. I mean, like, I got to see it. I'm gonna just hold out my judgment until I see how they use it in the movie. Because I think it's pretty fucking stupid from the comics. So they got to do something. Do something. You got to do something to switch it up.
So
I mean, I like the fact that not for nothing. I think it's just better. One of the fact that he's a martial artist, like a really, really, really good one. So it'll be better, hopefully.
Also, like the idea that they could be they are originally like Fing Fang Foom's rings, and like maybe in the movies, like they're dragon size, and that's why they're huge. They could be for Fing Fang Foom's fingers, and that's why they're so damn big.
No, I think Fing Fang Foom is gone because they decided that was a little racist.
They'll name him something else. Like I think they already leaked a Funko Pop, but it's like the Great Protector or something, like whatever.
Gotcha.
So with that being said, Shang-Chi, how do y'all feel about that? Real quick, just to add something else to this little podcast. Yeah.
No, I'm with
excited about this.
Yeah, I'm like moderately excited. I'm not like really excited because I'm more of an Iron Fist guy for my kung fu corner of the Marvel universe.
Ooh, Netflix like, Iron Fist?
Oh no! Oh god, no! Just the character.
No, that's
a
real bonfire.
Yeah, not the show. Jesus, God. Not the show.
Dang, that was one of the worst things on. That was one of the worst things on TV.
Oh yeah, I'll rip that thing to shreds. But because I really love Danny Rand, and I really wish this was his movie. But like, I've never really been into Shang-Chi in the comics, so I'm kind of going into it open-minded. Like, let's see what's up. Let's see if you can get me into this character. The early reviews are pretty good. They say that like, the effects are pretty good and the fights and stuff. So I'm just gonna go in open-minded. One of the movies where I don't have a lot of comics knowledge or background on the character. So I'm just gonna go along for the ride and hope it doesn't disappoint me like a lot of recent Marvel stuff has.
Ugh.
I just know that the character came from the era where every studio was pumping out Bruce Lee knockoffs. He's a product of that. So he had a decent run and then obviously fell off once that era ends. I love Kung Fu movies. I obviously love Marvel and superhero movies. This is a perfect combination for me. If they do it bad, I'm writing a letter.
Send a letter.
First of all, Awkwafina's in the movie, and I'm not excited about that. I'm sorry, I can't stand her voice, and so that instantly turns me off to anything that she's in because it's kind of like, just stop talking, please. I'm treading.
Just say you don't like women.
Treading lightly. Woo! That. All I said was I don't like Awkwafina and her weird raspy.
No, I got feel you.
Apparently, that voice is fake too.
Hey, I was about to say that.
That raspy. Whatever voice that she does is apparently it's what would they call it? Yeah, manufactured as like it's culture appropriating. Yeah, like some black tone or something like that. I don't know. I'm not getting into that. That's a whole
I've heard her talk without it, but yeah, we don't have to get into it.
Oh, she actually does talk without it.
First of
interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
I've heard her talk with.
Why did she choose the stage name Awkwafina? Because that's not her name. She
likes the water.
Why does she spell it like that?
Because she's awkward.
Oh,
I did.
But her name isn't Fina either. Like, if it was like a short for awkward Fina, that would make sense. But like,
hey, look, man.
Her name is Nora.
Hey, you going too far into it.
I'm gonna write her a letter too. She gonna get a letter too.
You're asking a lot. She's gonna get a letter too.
She's gonna get a letter too. Why you change your name to Awkwafina and your name Nora?
I'm excited to see the movie for a fresh new take on martial arts because we've been filled with your boy. What is his name? Finn Jones. You know who Finn Jones is? Iron Fist. That's the last martial arts we had in MCU. So they got a lot of redeeming to do. Yeah. And I think they're going to do it. They kind of have to, especially with the representation they have going on. So let's hope for the best.
Would you say that was the fights in Black Panther? Those are martial arts, but it wasn't a martial arts.
It's not your basic Far East. Yeah, your basic stereotypical Far East kung fu kung fu. You know what I'm saying? Because everything's not kung fu. But
now I did see that they brought like one of the stunt doubles and trainers was like the current like Tai Chi world champion. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to see like practical martial arts. Like Black Panther was like way more CG, especially that rubbery ass fight at the end where they're both in panther suits and shit.
Oh, the same fight.
CGI elastic panther fight at the end, but like
I don't care. I can't say nothing bad about Black Panther.
Hey, have y'all
Yes,
talked
you can.
about the trope in MCU movies where they have people like the final boss is like yourself? Like Iron Man
Yes.
has to fight Ironmonger, then Black Panther got to fight
It's
the
a
other Black Panther. Same
superhero
thing.
trope. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
gonna be the
superhero
same in
trope.
Shang-Chi. I mean, not for nothing, his final boss is his
It's his
father.
dad.
Like
Yeah.
It
literally
has to
him,
be
but
his
older.
dad.
Yeah.
He's in it, but I mean, we don't have enough to go off of like what's actually going on because it's Marvel. You might twist up some stuff, but I mean, how do y'all feel where this is going to relate to with the actual MCU continuity right now?
I think they're gonna introduce characters that we've already seen. Something like they showed the trailer with Abomination. They
Mhm.
show mystical creatures. Like I think it's just gonna expand the world a little bit more. Maybe
Mhm.
even expand on the whole like magic and mystical, like Doctor Strange side of the world a little bit. To just let us know like it's been stuff like there's been not normal humans on Earth this whole time doing crazy stuff. We just ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's been going on. Where they was when Thanos was the messing stuff up. That's beyond me. But they was there.
Mhm.
I'm
CJ?
just
That's
saying.
the biggest question with Eternals. Like they keep trying to explain why they didn't interfere. Like, where was
Well,
y'all at? Why the world was getting screwed over? Where was y'all at? Because y'all
they're
was in the
pretty,
world.
they pretty much explained it in the last trailer because everybody was asking. I think that's why they put it in the trailer because like everybody's like, where the
Yeah.
fuck were y'all at when Thanos is genociding everybody, nigga? How strong are y'all? Y'all could have been helping with stuff. Like,
I mean, where was Shang-Chi's father? This man had the whole 10 rings. He could have pulled up the scrap. Like, everybody, like, every time they introduce new characters, unless they're like, children characters, I'd be like, why y'all wasn't trying to fight? Y'all was scared?
well, going
Let me
back to
ask y'all
Iron Man 3, that was my main gripe with that movie, where it's just like, where the fuck are the Avengers,
Bro,
dog?
they
Like,
kidnapped the
they kidnapped the
president, bro.
president.
Like,
Yeah, like
where's the super spies?
who the
Where's
hell's the rest of
Shield?
the
Where's Sword?
superheroes? They
Well,
called
let me
they
ask y'all
called
this.
War Machine.
Let me ask y'all this,
They called
especially
Iron Patriot.
especially CJ in particular. Let's theorize what politics would be around superheroes if they actually existed, and the president, whatever, they need help, right? So in a lot of the movies, they be like, okay, Thor's off world, Captain Marvel's gone, fucking Hawkeye, he's over here, but we can't call him or whatever. So what deems something an Avengers level threat versus we just need Hulk to come fuck some niggas over right quick, or we just need one of y'all.
I
I
mean,
feel like you send in more than Don Cheadle when the president gets fucking
Yeah.
kidnapped.
You mean Kevin
Like,
Arnold?
yeah, like
Interesting fact, you guys. If you go to Google right now and type in Iron Man 2 or 3, Don Cheadle's name in there is Kevin Arnold. I tweeted him earlier about it. Like, hey man, you need to go talk to Google and fix this up. But
That mean he ain't getting some points.
with Shang-Chi and the 10 rings, that's a whole organization in Iron Man. Do you feel like this movie should have came out earlier? Or I mean,
Yeah,
well,
it should have. Should have. But I mean, they already discussed like, you know, Kevin Feige had issues letting the studio do obscure and less popular characters that weren't going to be like super mainstream and a little niche. They weren't trying to let him do it. That's why it took us so long to get Black Widow.
but that's Iron Man.
I mean, but still, I mean, like the principle of it wasn't like the way they changed it to make it less racist doesn't revolve around Iron Man no more. It just would happen in the same realm as Iron Man.
I guess so. I mean, basically, out of the Shang-Chi movie, we're probably just going to get another quick little Ultron bad guy where, like, you have a movie titled The Age of Ultron, but it was like, what, a week?
Yeah, a few days of Ultron.
A few days of Ultron.
But I
Tony
mean, that
Stark's
movie did
fault,
have
too.
consequences, though. It had permanent consequences. So I don't even knock Age of Ultron because it had permanent damage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Russia got destroyed. A lot of soldiers got, our families got destroyed. Like, the end of the day,
died.
Quick again, like at the end of the day, it had consequences that can't be taken back. And even Thanos, you could say like half of his consequence got taken back. So,
I have a
That
question.
was a very permanent villain.
Mm-hmm.
Like speaking on the damage that superheroes or superpowered beings they do to cities and countries or whatever. Watching a show like Neon Genesis Evangelion, where they just fuck over a whole city. Like we trying to kill this one thing, so we have to do that. So what do people really expect when a giant robot has come to like actually send a meteor down here to kill everybody? You want us to like be careful, like don't kill people. We're trying not to, but we still have to, we still trying to save the day. Like they put too much pressure on superheroes for doing that shit. Like I feel like that's unnecessary.
And that's why that goes back to your president conversation. Like, if the president gets kidnapped, what type of level of strength do you pull out a planet buster? Because like that might not be worth it.
Yeah, you don't pull out Thor for that. You're just like, nah, it's cool. Like you can stay home for that. Send Captain America or some shit. That sounds like a Captain America
pull out
movie.
Hawkeye or Black Widow.
Yeah, you got like human level, characters that they like super Secret Service level niggas.
Right. Like this man won't obliterate half the city to save one person.
Yeah,
you
like
kind of have to. You can't avoid that.
What do you mean one person? This is the president of the United States.
Yeah, okay, we change him every 4 years. You don't need, you're not going to. Okay.
Hey,
almost
most of them get changed every 4 years. But you go, you know what I'm saying? That's like, all right, cool. We're gonna just drop Thor. And Thor's coming in hot. That man's coming in hammer down. And it's gonna blow up half the city at minimum.
What do you want us to do?
Right,
you
like
want us to drag Ultron to the desert? We're still gonna blow up the desert. You're still gonna put a hole in this mother. Like, what do you want us to do?
Yeah.
And don't even release Hulk.
They fought in New York. They fought in New York because the first fight was in New York.
The first fight was in New York, and majority of the city got blown up. I don't know how, that big snake little thing didn't destroy any of the buildings like it should have done. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Leviathans, like it should have done. Like you remember the Superman movie?
Yeah. Marvel was a little lighter in the earlier days. They weren't really showing like if a real Leviathan was to just come out of the sky now, man, I'm gonna just go to sleep.
Hang on, so I got whoa. Is this new? Did they just drop this?
During the chat said, "What's up, everybody?"
What, the new Shang-Chi trailer? Because they
the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
I saw it. It's grainy as fuck though.
No.
It's like an official drop.
Hang on, here y'all go.
There was a leak, so maybe they dropped an official. Oh yeah, it's an official trailer. Yeah.
I figure, after the leak, it wasn't going to take long.
Hey, they forced their hand, CJ.
Yeah. Man, that's crazy.
It was a power play from the leaker. That man's a hero.
It's in the group chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Yeah, so they must
have. Don't look. You know what?
Hold on. Can we like screen share that? Like, is that going to get us in trouble?
No, we can't do that. Rights and man.
Kevin
Disney.
Feige's going to pull up on us.
No, not Kevin Feige.
That's cool. I got to write him a letter too.
On us. Disney's going to send the House of Mouse Patrol, and they're going to come and get us.
What are you going to say? Goofy, that man out here yucking everybody.
Oh, Jesus. Lord.
No, that's crazy. They hopped right on that shit as soon as that motherfucking leak dropped. They like, we got to let it go now. They already saw it. You can't even play with them no more. That's crazy.
I want to watch it, but we're in the middle of a podcast.
Man, I'm watching, which is crazy. I know somebody that was just like the one chick.
Oh fuck, I can't do that. I had an idea.
Oh man, okay. Doctor Strange is in this joint. Hey, homie's alive too.
Fuck, I can
still
watch
going.
Hey man, I don't know what
the worst. You know what, you guys? I'm sorry.
How long is the trailer?
It's 3 minutes.
3. Oh, we can't pick.
This is a long trailer. I'm skipping around. It's a long.
If we weren't live, I would do.
Yeah, if we weren't, I would definitely like. You know what? Let's pause the session real quick. Come back.
Hey,
hold
the trailer. This trailer
Nick,
fire, bro.
Nick, please stop.
Yeah, this trailer is fire.
Let's talk about something else real quick. I'm sorry I brought up Spider-Man No Way Home.
Jesus
like I said, though,
Christ.
You guys know that is my favorite superhero. So when I did see that, I got a little
trailer
excited.
got my little. Damn,
but
my
Y'all want to touch what if or
Yeah, oh yeah. Facts.
Yeah,
Facts. What if, man? Hey,
CJ,
man.
did you?
Shout outs to the new Star Lord, man.
You saw it? All right, yeah.
That's my Star Lord. I only know one Star Lord now. I don't know
good
about that
job,
other
CJ.
fuck boy.
Good job, CJ. So first, you know what? I think that's the end for the bonfire. So you know what I'm saying? We talk trash about Tony Stark. Good enough. He's trash. He's a C tier superhero with D tier villains. And
hey, shout outs to Dre too. Shout outs to Dre for letting us know Spider-Man challenge out.
Also, the Funko Pop of the day is Iron Hammer. He's from the Warp universe. You know what I'm saying? Part Thor, part Tony Stark. Some weird stuff going on.
Move a little closer for me, bro. I want to get a good look in his eyes.
Look at this, man.
Real that.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. Imagine getting hit with a hammer that size, bro.
That's what she said.
Whoa! That's a bucket.
Jesus.
2 points for Nick.
Always points for Nick.
Hook, kind sir.
Yes.
You got it.
All right. What we doing? We doing films?
Yeah, let's touch. We could touch on some what if, man.
Yeah, let's touch on some what if while we're here.
All right,
we got
everybody.
some time left.
He's the Green Ranger. I'm the White Ranger. Everybody, welcome to Fire Films. I'm your host, LK the God, the DD, the Mogul, the Shogun, and the O1. As you can see, we have merch on right now. Come cop some Fire Squad gang merch. Just see somebody from the Fire Squad Mafia. We will direct you on how to get some. Now, we have been following What If, episode 1 and 2. Initial thoughts on the show, C Jizzle.
I think it's solid. Like I said, I'm digging the animation style a lot, so I'm feeling that, and I think we've had 2 solid episodes. I think a lot of people felt like this week was an improvement on the episode, not just because it's obviously Chadwick Boseman, the draw of getting another voice performance from him, but it's a really good story. They really took a dump on Peter Quill. And this that's all I was thinking the whole time. Watching this episode was like, man, like Peter Quill, he fucked a lot of stuff up. Like he had it sweet. He could have like saved the universe if he was like not a dumbass. Like if he was like a little bit more competent. And like it just shows you like what you could have done with all the opportunities that Peter Quill got. And instead, like how he fumbled so many bags to be the guy who literally stopped people from taking the gauntlet off of Thanos because he was in his feelings. Got half the universe snapped. But it was dope. Like I said, I thought it was cool. I thought it was, like I said, it's still kind of like predictable in a way, even though they're what if stories. Like it's nothing that's really like, oh, they're doing something shocking with this. It's just like these are just fun one-off stories, they're just kind of fun.
Happy Thanos was shocking to me a little bit.
It was jarring.
I didn't expect that.
I couldn't believe it. Like this nigga just part of the crew and he fucked over the whole universe 22 movies ago. Like I didn't understand it. Like it was like, yo, this nigga just walking around chilling, and everybody's like, oh, genocide, but he was able to get talked out of it. Like that kind of threw me off a little bit. Like
I thought it was hilarious.
It was funny. It was funny.
Talk no jutsu Thanos.
He literally talked no jutsu Thanos. Dre in the chat says, much better episode. Wasn't really feeling episode 1. Cuck Thanos was a weird sight, but a funny twist.
Jesus.
Nebula was a beast. Cuck Thanos. Hashtag Cuck Thanos.
Hey, man. Yeah, it was what. I mean, nice guy thing. And it just make you think like, man, like, if Thanos really didn't grow up messed up, he probably would have been he would have been a cool, super galactic, intelligent, half god dude. Like, he'd have been a cool guy, maybe. But yeah, man, Wakanda forever, Star-Lord. I needed that. I mean, episode 1 was basic. It was cool.
Episode 1 was good.
Cool. Captain Carter was cool. I liked the part where she was just going ham, destroying stuff with the shield. I think it implied that, Steve became the original Iron Man, and I thought that was cool. In this universe, Howard never died, so I'm interested to see if they connect that with like the Iron Man episode somehow, some kind of way. Yeah, episode 1 had the coolest like Marvel Universe implications. Like, I think that if they would have kept that story going, that's a story that I would watch. So, the second episode was like just a really, really, really cool one-off.
Also, I'm sorry I went away. My son woke up. So, yeah. I was not watching the Spider-Man trailer. That was some real stuff.
Hey, man, I timed you. I knew that wasn't 3 minutes you were gone.
It was
not
5,
3 minutes.
actually. It's 5.
I had to get my son and I made some cereal.
Oh, okay. I thought he watched the trailer, then pleasured himself after he did it for 2 minutes, then came back. Okay.
That trailer will do that for you. That trailer will get you like that, man.
Dre in the chat says she could have just pushed the squid back the whole time.
Dramatic flair, Dre. She couldn't push the squid.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah. In the heat of the
Anybody
moment,
know what that squid was? Is that squid like a character somewhere?
I think that was what you call
Starts
it.
with an M. Morgan.
No, it starts with an S.
Shimagora. Yeah.
I don't know if that was him though, because I didn't see the eyeball. You got to see the iconic eyeball. But they said it might have been the race that he's from. It's like a bunch of them. He's just like one of the. I forgot what they're called, like ancient ones or like something. But yeah, it could have been a cool Easter egg. Shumagora still like going back to Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Definitely would. I hated getting my ass beat by that fucking eyeball dragging me around the screen, but.
Hey man, that's on you for taking L's, bro.
Yeah, if that's not the worst one, then it definitely goes to Galactus from 3.
Ultimate 3, yeah,
that was
annoying.
Man.
Nebula, how did y'all feel about Nebula?
She was dope. She was
Made
cool.
her a baddie.
Yeah, cool twist on Nebula. Like I said, it's fine. Like I said, I'm still just feeling like I want to see a risky what if. Like this film was cool and it was fun, but like I don't know. I know it's still early, but like I want to see like maybe the zombies will take me there, get that itch for me. But like I need to see some like take some risks with this. You could do whatever you want. Like it's no point to play it safe. Like
they are still playing it safe for sure. Like I feel like last episode was very fan service. And the first episode was very safe.
Yeah,
well, the next episode is Loki centric.
It is?
Yeah. At least that's what I heard. Loki's next.
Okay. I don't know what they're gonna do with it.
Like some Asgardian shit.
I mean, we just had a whole series about Loki, so I mean, what are they gonna do? Good Loki? We kind of got that.
Nah, I think it's gonna be like, what if he ruled Asgard or something like that, or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do like that. They got Jeffrey Wright as the Watcher. Great casting. I'm telling you, as of right now, the MCU does not do that wrong when it comes to casting.
You know what I want from What If? I want them to do what if stories about characters that we hadn't seen. Like it'd have been like I don't know, what if Wolverine and Captain America were both around at the time, or what if, stuff like that. I would have preferred to see stuff like that from the what if. What if Johnny Storm was an Avenger? Like something like that.
That's a real stretch.
I'm just saying, like, I would have preferred to see what ifs about new characters that, like, because they own these characters now. So why not make what ifs about them as a way of saying, like, hey, we still got these boys in the back. We still think about them. We still, got them coming up. What if these people did X, Y, and Z? What if, stuff like that? Like,
their fan service isn't that great.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like DC always did Elseworld stories like this better, like where it's just their one-off stuff. Like we get like Superman Red Sun or Gotham by Gaslight, or we get like really like creative,
crazy
like
stuff,
crazy alternate stories. Or like what was the movie Gods and Monsters, where like if you're gonna reimagine something, like reimagine it. Like Batman's a vampire, like that jaunt is lit. Like that.
Like just reimagining someone else as Captain America isn't that difficult to do. I mean, it's cool and all, but it's not that creative. Reimagining, Black Panther as or T'Challa as Star-Lord isn't that. There's still a human doing, alien rogue stuff or space journey rogue stuff. We already saw that technically. You just replace the characters. So they haven't done much really.
Hey, Dre in the chat says, I want to see what if Howard the Duck becomes Wolverine. Like, what if he was Wolverine?
Yeah, I mean, like I would watch it. You know what I'm saying? What if Wolverine was really a honey badger? Like, you know what I'm saying? Just something. So what if Deadpool was Scott Summers? Like, just give us something crazy.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Give me some big risks. Like, I hope, this is just the start and they're getting their footing for the show. But like,
what if Doctor Doom was Iron Man?
I wish they would get really ballsy.
That was a good comic.
And do a whatchamacallit, Deadpool kills the MCU. I mean, not MCU,
right.
The Marvel Universe.
Yeah, give us that.
Pretty cool. That'd be a really great what if episode.
Man,
it's a great comic. Yeah,
just be 30 to 40 minutes of straight chaos.
Dre in the chat also says Justice League Gods and the Monsters was fire.
Yeah,
also,
fire.
He says what if should include the X-Men in somehow, some way, and reach across properties.
It should, bro, but it ain't for some reason. Again, they're being so safe. They're being so safe.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say. Marvel, like the riskiest thing they've done in recent memory is bringing the fucking Spider-Man and Civil War, but they kind of teased that already with a trailer.
I mean, that was leaked too, so it wasn't like they just knew.
I wish they didn't reveal it. Like if that was some shit you find out in a movie theater, I'd be like,
that really wasn't even all that great, honestly, because like they both own rights to them, so and they're still fighting about it too. Like, why can't they just like get along and just be like, you know what?
Yeah, you know exactly why they're fighting about it. Because Marvel stepped in and turned that joint into millions.
Yeah, that joint is still awkward. That's why Spider-Man can't even pull up in the Venom movie. He's contractually not like allowed to be in the fucking Venom movie.
It's like because it's like you guys own the character, we own the actor. What you gonna do? Because the all last couple of actors, y'all ain't doing right. Like we own the script.
Dre in the chat says the Quicksilver thing happened. It kind of happened, but then
they could do like a what if Quicksilver never died? Like
it kind of happened, but then it kind of didn't. They gave us a boner joke. Sorry, they didn't land the plane. They told everybody to get out. They kicked everybody out of the plane while it was in 30,000.
What if Wanda said no more Avengers? Like,
what if we had a House of M?
Yeah, like an actual House of M.
Or at least House of M style event, like
reverse House of M, like make me some mutants. Given that's how you.
What if no X-Men. More normies?
No more humans.
Something. Are we ever getting a Namor?
Yeah, he's going to be
supposed to be Black Panther 2, I think, right?
Yeah, that movie apparently is just going to be stacked. Ironheart, Namor. I don't even know, like that movie. I mean, I guess you got to make up for the loss by just stacking the movie out.
Yeah, lean into the ensemble cast. Like it's just like Wakanda forever. So you got like, what's his name? Winston Duke's character, M'Baku. You got all these other people, Okoye, focus on the Shuri, all these people. So it's like focus on the ensemble cast instead of just trying to put the weight of trying to replace Chadwick on somebody's shoulders.
I just want to know who's going to be Black Panther and Black Panther 2.
You said they did that he is going to be in whatchamacallit?
Namor, yeah, allegedly.
There's a rumor, yeah.
Mexican dude.
I mean, they got Ironheart so far.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
To be honest, I kind of wish they just called the movie like Wakanda and just didn't have a Black Panther in it.
Yeah.
Like it's not Black Panther 2. It's a new property. Like we pay homage and just focus on like, I don't know, make it about other characters, because I feel like by calling it, essentially Black Panther 2, you have to have another Black Panther, and I don't want anybody else to be Black Panther if they're not going to just straight up recast them.
How do they explain where he is in the movie, though? Like, how are they going to do it?
I think they have to kill him in the movie.
Yeah, I feel like they could just set up the Atlantis Wakanda beef and be like, the underwater tremors that they talked about like in game, like maybe like Atlantis popped off and like Chadwick sacrifices himself to save Wakanda, and then you got beef for life then, and that sets up the rivalry between those two kingdoms.
Or Namor like pulls up and catches this man off guard, and now you got a whole war going on or something. I don't know.
Oh, but I do have a fun fact though. Somebody lined up the end of WandaVision where she's or whatever. They lined up the end of WandaVision to the end of Loki, and they kind of playing the same song. And when what is his name? Kang, he's like, oh, I can no longer tell the future after this point. It kind of lines up the same time when she's reconstructing. I mean, not reconstructing, but letting out all the powers and making the fake town and shit.
Oh, that makes sense.
Like it's the same music and everything, and it lines up. Like that shit was funny. Somebody did that. Like maybe that's what he was talking about.
What if that's actually real?
Yeah, because I mean, I'm sure these were happening simultaneously. That's possible.
Yeah. That could be what he was talking about. Like, oh, I can't see the future anymore. From this point, somebody just fucked over a whole universe.
Wait, no, they can't. That wouldn't work because they went to the end of time. So like, technically, Loki stuff was happening in the future.
Yeah, I think it was like more of like Doctor Who rules, where it's like after you get to like a fixed point in time, things become like malleable. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's just the first time. He's just like, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen for the first time because like y'all did the thing that you weren't really supposed to do, but I kind of wanted you to do, and you know, get into that. But it's gonna be chaos through the multiverse. We got, you know what I'm saying? Niggas popping through portals and shit. We got motherfucking spider people coming from different fucking eras and universes and shit. So who knows?
You got imaginary kids that weren't real but now are real.
Yeah, we still got devil spawn children to deal with because we heard their voices at the end. Devil spawn children. We heard their voices at the end when she had the Darkhold or whatever, and she was like,
"We still got
so we still have to deal with that. Whatever Wanda's gonna do in Doctor Strange's movie."
You said we still got who, KB?
Andrew Garfield.
Ugh. Yeah, I mean nobody wants him, but we got him.
Ugh. Hey man, The Social Network was a great movie.
Yeah, he's just not my Spider-Man, bro.
He's not my Spider-Man. You know who's my Spider-Man? Tobey Maguire. I don't care.
I'm cool with Toby.
I will always prefer Toby. As far as like, you know, movie Spider-Mans, but like just Spider-Man in general, Miles Morales is my Spider-Man.
Like, shouldn't Spider-Man have like a New York accent a little bit? Like if he's from New York, like a Brooklyn.
No, only black people from New York have accents.
White people born and raised in New York have it.
It depends on where in New York they're from.
It's just so many New York white people. They don't live in certain parts. Or they're
from Queens. Peter's from Queens, right?
Oh, Queens.
Yeah.
Captain America's from Brooklyn.
Captain America's from Brooklyn.
Captain America should definitely have it.
Yeah, he definitely should.
But he don't because he's white and he's from New York.
He's from like the 90s. He's from like the
white
old
people
time
from New York don't have accents.
Captain America should be wearing Timbs. This is a whole issue. Like
he's from old timey New York. He's not even used to like black people sitting at like tables with white people. Like
he should have Timbs.
Yeah, that's a good
Spider-Man
point.
should have Timbs or Forces. Like
no, he should not have Timbs, bro. What? Why should he have Timbs? He's white from New York. White people from New York and black people from.
He should at least have a Knicks jersey on underneath there.
Man,
Dre in the chat says white people have.
They have a Brooklyn jersey.
They
on.
do.
White people from New York do not have accents.
They
do not have that New York dead ass accent, son. I'm telling you.
They may not say the word dead ass, but they got an accent. Come on, man. How you gonna tell, bro?
This is a bigger conspiracy than Iron Man 3 as a movie. Like,
I know a handful of white people from New York, and I'm telling you,
bro, they don't live there no more. It's gone now. New York don't claim them. They got to stay. They got to be born there and stay there.
They were born and raised.
Nah, they left. They went to college in the mountains, and they came back a different person.
College in the mountains.
They're different people now, bro. The city don't love them. Once the city stop loving you, your accent go away.
You got it, bro.
That's how it be, bro.
Boy. I think that's everything.
I feel like
That's
that's
everything.
everything.
Yeah, we gotta go watch this trailer.
Yeah, it was this trailer alert time. I'm about to go watch this
Trailer
shit now.
alert
Y'all got me. Y'all got me
Yeah.
interested now.
Yeah, I'm about to go watch it. All right, everybody. Thank you for another episode of BonFIYA/Fire Films.
2-for-1
Go.
special.
Oh yes, 2-for-1 special. Go buy some merch. Go like, subscribe, give a comment. If you're on Apple Podcasts, give a 5-star review. Thank you. Tell someone you love them. Gang.